pawn into the middle, and well, a capture makes our life a little easy. Let's hit the queen. We got 2 knights out. Obviously, our bishop can't really develop here. And what's this bishop move without a knight there? So probably going to be a game like this. Yeah, bishop e7, you know. Yeah, castle. Knight out. Let's snork up here. Okay. A rook over. The bishop doesn't really have... Well, now it doesn't have anywhere to go there, so scratch that. All right. Well, what do we have? Our opponent's playing, I would say, pretty aggressively on the side of the board. This is a pretty good example where I would say, like, hold on a second. We should be playing in the center here. We should be playing in the center. Let's take that. Because you can't sit there and let the guy just attack you without ever breaking in the center. It'll just always be smart to open the middle of the board. And okay, we're still going to stick with our captures. Bishop takes. Let's open up our bishop onto some central squares there. Nope. Decides to take. Whoa. It's a surprising move there. He is hitting our rook, so maybe we can develop and guard our rook. I mean, it's so tempting to take here, but I don't want to lose a rook, right? So let's just develop instead. Queen goes back. Well, bishop b5 is going to be a pin. It might not win the material here, but it certainly looks like a good place to start. And the rook moves up, so, well, this is just going to be a simple fork here. Okay, that wasn't... I mean, our opponent's breaking a lot of opening rules. I mean, that wasn't a very difficult... wasn't a very difficult game. Look, f4, there's obviously a time and place for f4. In the Habit series, there's almost no place for f4. I mean, this is just a very exposing move, and I wouldn't necessarily say I trust a 1600 to know when is the right or wrong time to play it. But what I do know is it's always good to bring a rook in the middle, and then you have to break the center at some point. If I just play bishop here, already I have no space for my queen. Like I'm in a tough spot. He's going to shift some pieces over to the king side, and it's going to be an attack. But if I open the center here, I don't care about this. You think I care about this pawn? Not at all. Take it. Right? At this point, bishop b5 is a basic pin, and then it leads to a basic fork. And why is this all happening? Because the center of the board is wide open. I've got 2 pieces ready to use it, and those 2 pieces won the game for me. White didn't even have the back rank covered because he didn't even develop his pieces. So there are just so many glaring problems with the way that White played that one. The game opened up. White wasn't developed. Big problems. Brazilian Monk. Thanks for the gifted sub and the 1,000 bits. Cheers, Brazil. Hello, Stan. Was I afraid of e5? Oh, sure I was. Sure. But good things are going to happen when a rook's aimed at a queen like this, right? Not only do I have d4, which forks a piece here, but I can just take it. Because the guy's moving his f-pawn up, exposing his king. He's got the queen with my rook lined up directly towards it. So there's going to be some tactics that are going to appear for you. But like I said, you have a couple good options here, in my opinion. The center game. Thank you, Mutu, for the new sub as well. Welcome in, Mutu. Let's go. Into the center. Knight comes out next. Okay. Let's go. We've got all the knights. And let's stick with our d4 move. Just feels pretty easy to play. Okay, bishop out. I feel like we've seen this position before. Take. Time to bring the bishop and, yeah, basically get castled. Okay, more trades. Castle. We could snork up here, but I like getting the bishop out, hitting the center. Probably do that next. Looks pretty decent. Okay, he's going all out here. Probably just let him do whatever is on his mind here and just play our good solid moves. Okay, still not. I feel like I'm still not fully understanding the moves yet from the opponent. I've got h3. We've got our two bishops here. The guys played a6, which is a little bit, I want to say almost a little bit cryptic. Not really sure what this move is all about. This pin is a little bit annoying. I mean, I don't mind playing a move like this, but after he goes back, I want to have some substance to that move. Like, what did we just do that for, you know? Both of these moves can't really be played because of that, so Queen e2 comes to mind, but then I'm like, Queen e2, I'm like trapping my bishop, so none of the moves that I want to play actually look possible right now. It's like, am I in the most unplayable position ever? Really don't know what to move here. I'm gonna go a3 and honestly really hope that he takes me, but I don't really have a really have a next move, to be honest with you. None of these moves look good. They're all pinned. I can't really think of a single move to play. Pretty difficult. I don't know. I'm just gonna make a move here, but this is looking pretty brutal. Hoping that he does something that makes it obvious what I'm supposed to do, because this position is just like I can't move. I don't know, guys. Pretty stuck here. This is extremely uncomfortable. My God, I don't have a single move to play. Bishop into the middle. I don't think I enjoy this one. You feel that the no trades when you're down, trade when you're ahead should be an earlier habit. Thank you, Nico, for your suggestion. Seeing as we hit 1600 very easily without that habit, I do not agree. Knight to e8. Well, at least we get a nice move, but this is just luck at this point. Like, I feel like if the guy developed his bishop, I would have been completely cooked. This is a nice one because we're very familiar with this kind of tactic of like sacking to take on d5. So that feels good, but I feel like that's on the luckier side. We can support our knight here. f6. Okay. Interesting move. We'll stay there. Okay. Knight comes up. I guess we can trade that. What can we do now? threat. One single threat. I can put my rook on d1, but again, I still can't play rook e1. It must be the most frustrating thing. So crazy. So it's going to have to be rook d1 and just see how my opponent reacts. Okay. Time for the rook to get over here. All right. Well, I'm close to running out of moves here because I don't have this one. So I guess it might be time for the pawns. Such an unpleasant thing not being able to bring the rook to the middle of the board. Okay. We take. Okay. Finally, I get to enjoy my rooks in the center of the board. Thank you very much. An achievement. Now, we have opposite bishops again. So you start to think about those same things from earlier. Okay, he goes here. I feel that we could even double the rooks. But yeah, you start to think about those same things. Now, here it looks like we have the slightly better position. If anything. So I would be a little bit more interested in pawns on the opposite color of the bishop. So maybe, opposite color of my bishop. So like g3, h4, but there's not many pawns to lock up here, right? Everything's already moved. Okay, queen can go in the center. I feel like I'm keeping things pretty contained, pretty controlled. But yeah, g3, h4 do make some sense to play. It goes like this. Well, I'll start by taking a pawn. I definitely don't mind that. Let's guard this. It's going into the middle. Push everything, maybe. Can we push? No. Okay. Likelihood that we win the queen is very high here. Yeah. So we are going to take that. Just offering a trade, and I'm even going to come right back. I don't want no trouble. Okay. We're going to need some pre-moves here. So let's go into our pre-move mode and put our king on a light square. Wow. Okay, now, if we put all our pre-moves on light squares, nothing can go wrong. All right, let's have a look here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Light squares, don't mind me. All right, now nobody tell him. Okay, nobody tell him that I'm secretly planning to checkmate him. Shh. Secret checkmate. Secret check. Oh, shoot. Okay. Light squares. Just light squares. I mean, dude, what? This isn't real. This isn't real. Okay, it can't be that. We have 6 seconds to 54. I put my king on a light square so that I never get hit with a random check. And then, I mean, okay, I'll take credit for bishop here. That was tricky. But it didn't even work out for me. I ended up losing a rook because of that. You can't say that genius didn't win me the position. It didn't even work. I lost material. All I did was make pre-moves on the opposite color of his bishop, and that was enough to come back 6 seconds against a minute. I don't know what to tell you. It really can't be this easy. You're not catching up on time like that. Okay, that's fair. But why? Is it because you can't make pre-moves on light squares? Now, like I said, I'll take credit for this. That was crafty. But it didn't even work that well, right? By the time I did it, he was already down to 20 seconds. And we lost the rook because of it. I hung my queen here. Like, we didn't even see this. I hung my bishop here. I hung my bishop here. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not making moves that actually make sense. I made all those moves like 20 moves ago. So, at any point, he could have just taken the bishop, it would have pinned the queen, and won the game. He could have taken my whole queen, the whole game would have been over. So, this isn't a me thing. I'm not doing something that you can't replicate. Thank you, Celebegus, for the 16 months. And another gifted sub from Brazilian Monk. No, these aren't Magic GM pre-moves. In fact, these are extremely low quality pre-moves. Probably lower than a 1600. All right, we're up against Timmy Waffles. Now, we've looked at this, just like we've looked at the Queen's Gambit, and I think it's simple to just defend it. Surely this will work. We'll just defend the pawn and life will be easier. Okay. Guys going here. What have I said? People expanding like this, you have to hit them with the central break. Like, people can't just play stuff like this and not expect you to take the center. Yeah, I'm going to play this ahead of some other moves because this is the move that makes sense. I'll open up the middle and look at how much less scary this position is compared to what we could have had. Bring our bishop out. He's going to do the same. Let's castle. Now, we can't bring our bishop out here. We only really have one square, so yeah. This is pretty much what we got. The rooks want to go to the middle. We still want to snork up there. Okay, maybe this is a moment to play h6, sure. There's no queens on the board, so nothing bad can happen to me. All right, bring the rooks to the middle. Everybody's happy. I don't know what that move is. Let's bring the knight in. Sure. But this is what I mean. Like, the center's open. The king's in the middle. I got two rooks barreling down. This is a much different position than the closed position we could have got earlier. Open a rook on the king here. Has to be some good that comes out of this. All right. He's coming in the middle with this move. Dude, there's a hanging pawn. We got to take something here. So the whole position, the whole game has changed. We're playing a much different position than we probably would have. And it's because we played d5. Right? World of difference. And everything happens down the center. And okay, he's actually going to resign the game. But you see what I mean? Like, it all changed because of this move. You don't play this move. You play this. The guy plays like that. You just like develop whatever. And you castle and maybe the guy just bowls you over. And you're like, well, I can't play that. I'm stuck. You're not stuck. You just didn't push a pawn in the center. You're stuck now, but you didn't have to be. So, I mean, I did the exact same move when one of our previous games, the guy played f4, f5. I did the same thing. Like, you just have to. You have to push pawns in the center to open things up. And the game's much easier. We just brought the rooks to the middle, followed all the habits, brought a knight in the middle, and, well, okay, at that point, we were able to take a free pawn, and he's not even attacking us anymore. That's not even what the game's about. The game's about the center now. And we have the center. He has the attack, maybe. We have the center. $16.95. Okay. Pawn e4, as we've always started with. Looks like this guy might not be here. Maybe we can get 1700 off an abandon. Damn it. Well, close. Close. Always got to stay there for the chance. Okay. Pawn into the middle. Knight out. We're going to defend. And this bishop, we just want to be mindful of knight to g5. So we'll go with that bishop. Then the knight. Okay, this position looks pretty normal, doesn't it? On d3, I'll probably play h6. He does the same. I think we're going to get the exact same position here. d3, h6, yeah. Just want to stop that bishop from going there. And we've talked about this. While we can trade here, I'm actually more interested in getting the double pawns myself. I know, strange concept. All right, guy goes here. We got more trades to make. Okay, let's bring the rook into the middle, get our bishop out. We can't go to any other square, so. Oh, okay. He's retreating. He doesn't want to trade with me. What the heck? Let's bring our rook over. Okay, pretty solid stuff here from both sides. What can we do? Any trades? Anything? Anything? Anyone? Got any trades for me? Well, my rooks would be a lot better if they were actually targeting something. This is the only pawn I can see to target, but it is pretty well protected. I think I'm going to take my bishop here, and I'm going to put it over here where it's actually right now. Everybody's targeting that pawn, so just flipping the bishop around. What's it doing here? I don't know. Not a lot. If anything, it's just blocking my two pieces. So this looks a little bit better, but he's defended everything. Nicely done. Nicely done. What can we do now? It feels like all my pieces are kind of on their good squares. Like, it's not really any problems in my position here. Maybe we can double the rooks here. Probably the only other idea I have. goes b4. Well, I mean, even if he plays this, we can save our bishop, so we're not about to lose the game. Maybe we can double. Okay, bishop's got to move. All right, let's go. Let's go back and okay. Very cramped here. Not necessarily loving the position. Tripled up here. Oh, be scared of me. I got 3 pieces on the E file. I feel like the queen is being presented as an offering here on a platter. There's nowhere to move. Which sadly means we only have one move to even keep, like, to even continue to play chess here. I have to play this, which looks awful. Just awful. Okay, opponent's been playing very well, despite keeping my pieces around the middle and even like repurposing things towards the target. I still felt like my opponent's been in control this whole time, sadly. Bishop takes. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty bad. We could try to trade the queen, maybe. Yeah, this is just brutal here. Offer a queen trade, but not liking the position. What can we do? Bring the king in. I mean, this is just tough. Maybe we can bring the bishop to more central square. Try to. Well, okay, I can't even really take the d file that well. Just gonna go here. I mean, what else do we have? Pretty brutal spot for us to be in. Just nothing to attack here. Just pick some pawns and start attacking. Oh man. Trying to make the most of it here. Okay, capture. We got to do that. Hopefully this leads somewhere. Rook down. Okay, well, I'll take this. That feels like it's kind of an achievement, maybe. But I'm not sure how to proceed. My rook's pretty bad. All right, you can take my pawn. I'll take your pawn. We'll call it even. Go defend, I guess. What are we really doing here? Okay, you can have mine, I'll have yours. How about that? Man, I can't interest this guy. I can't interest him in anything. Am I just pushing my pawn? I guess so. This guy's rolling me here. Ah. Oh, man. Wait. Wait, we did it. Hey. Oh, man. This guy. Oh, no. He left his rook up. All right. No, I've had enough of this guy. I've had enough of this guy. Ain't no way. Let's get around. Oh, shoot. 1 sec. All right. That's crazy. How do you leave the rook hanging like that? This guy's like 4,000 IQ. I would never have considered that option. Oh yeah, we should take free pieces. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Circle. Back to level 1. Yeah, it's like snakes and ladders. As soon as you hang a piece, gotta go right back to level 1. Work your way back up. It's unfortunate. Pretty good game from the guy. Pretty solid game all around from everyone. He took some space, probably played the way that I would advise you guys to play as white, right? Take that space. We tried to just come up with a plan, double our pieces, but yeah, he was in control the whole time. We tried to take some pawns, but you know, very, very good, solid game from the opponent, and he kind of let it slip in the final moment there, and we were very low on time. So, if anyone really deserved to win there, it wasn't me. Probably with the rook there, man. It's no need to block the rook at that point. It's an open file for you. Well, that was a humbling experience. Let's get back to the basics here. Right into the center, then with the knight. This looks solid. This is what I like to see. Okay, hang on a sec. We played this before, didn't we? Oh my god, we played this and I hated it. What are we going to do different this time? This was actually one of the worst positions we've had. Okay, this is good. He took. Oh my god, it was the bishop hitting that square that was brutal to handle. Okay, this is fine. I have no problems with this. Yeah, we get the bishop out, snork up, rook to the middle. Without that bishop there, this is no problem. There we go. Okay. Take that. Queen takes. Okay. Well, we've got a bishop to deal with here, so what can we do with that thing? What can we do with that? Into the center? Makes some sense. Bishop to the middle indeed. Queen here. We have a nice big threat to deal with. Well, I probably, you can see the progression. At level 1, well, we would get mated. At level 2, we would get mated. Or maybe at level 1 we get mated. Maybe level 2 we would play this. Level 3, we might play this. But at level 4, I'm going to exhaust all options to defend this and probably play this. Whoa. Not ruining the pawns in front of my king? That's insane. Just defending without ruining the integrity of my pawns, keeping a nice safe king as a result, not losing a pawn like this, not ruining the pawns and making my king weak like that. I'll do those if there's no other option. But if there's another option, look at this. Now we have the rooks nicely in the center, and this bishop can simply rejoin the action. It doesn't need to stay there, you know? So let's bring the bishop back. Nice job. Now get back out there. Now get back out there. Knight going here. What are we doing? RPM. Knight going here. Bishop attacked. It is defended, I have to say, but, it is still a position that I would still move the bishop. We got the pair of bishops here. This one looks like a nice move. Little casual fork there. That's a trade. And we can take one pawn at the end. One singular pawn. H6. I want to say I'm proud, honestly. In this case, we have a rather strong looking fork. I think I would probably want to bring my rook in there anyway. Ooh. Damn. Dominating. 95. Saving his bacon. Let's go here. Just taking a bunch of pawns. And at this point, put my bishop, in the center of the board? Sure. And then we're pushing that pawn. There's almost nothing else I would ever do in this position. Bishop in the middle. King to the middle. Push the pawn. These are the only two ideas that you should ever consider. Yeah, I'm pushing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Can't move anything. Okay, we're done with that plan. It's time to bring the king. I'm being cut off here. Can't say I enjoy that. Okay. Now, if the rook takes, then I can just make a queen. So, oh, okay, so he has to stay here. All right. All right. Well, that means my pawns are safe then. Like, right here, you can't take them. I dare you. I hope I was right. Fuck, you took it. Second guessing myself now. Okay. I think we were correct there. We got to bring the king back. What can we do here? Let's defend this pawn. Very important. Got to defend that. So we've got this defended. Guess we can use our king now. As long as we defend this one, it defends the other ones, so. Okay, take that. Okay. Well, that was a nice rook endgame. Nice to know. We got a passed pawn. The rook just had to stay covering it, so felt like we could move our king wherever the heck we wanted. Good to know. I mean, we could move our king literally anywhere. If the black king moved somewhere where a rook could move with check, then we'd be able to make a queen. But because there's no safe check with this rook right now, there's nothing we can do. None of these pieces can move. But it means our king can move quite literally anywhere, which is very powerful. So we'll take that. Not the most difficult rook endgame in the end. We just moved our king and he took this pawn, which I didn't think he could. The rook must stay here. And so that means that I could like push my pawns up like crazy. He couldn't take them. I can move my king wherever I want. He can't take these pawns, so it's pretty powerful. Well, it's not possible for the rook to cut me off, because if I get cut off here, I just walk my king here, and the rook has to stay on the A file, as we know, so you have to give some ground, and then I can walk up the board. So quite literally impossible to cut my king off. I'm not saying you're always going to win this position, but you can definitely get your king free. Thanks for the raid, Yenner Chess. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, Chaser Jim, there's probably 10 different ways to win at that point. When you're up a rook, I trust you with it. It's like the game starts e4, and it's like, can I ask a question? Why didn't we play d4? It's like, what do you want? We could have. We just didn't. Not much to say. Lots of good things. You want to focus your attention to detail on moments where if you don't make a good decision, it might be more impactful. A trademark example is, you're up a rook. Why didn't we do this move? You're up a rook. I trust you. I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways to win. Now, how about when you're not up a rook? How about when it's the middle game? You're like, well, okay, well, why did we make this decision instead of that one? That's much more impactful. Could make a very bad choice or a very good choice. Up a rook, you can probably make 10 good choices. Can we get 1700 in one go here? We're going e5, and is this the King's Gambit, like, capital of the world, 1600? I've never seen so much King's Gambit. It's so strange. All right, d3. All right, well, I can only develop the bishop here, so that move is kind of forced. We can snork up here. All right, he's played f5. Would anyone like to help us out? Yeah, you there at the back. Anyone? It's not going to be a difficult move, right? We've done it like 10 times so far. Yeah, d5. I mean, it's the only move. The only move you should ever consider when you see something like that. Because at least, no matter what happens from now on, the center is more open. That's what you want. My bishop has a real square to go to now. Bring our rook to the middle. I mean, I'm not looking to be a hero after this. I don't need to do anything crazy. Okay, let's bring the pieces to the middle. But d5, at least there's something. There's an open d file. There's the rook coming in. Okay. Gotta trade there. All right. What can we do? Trades are usually good. I mean, what I might do is like try to use the d file, but this bishop's gonna have to move. It literally can't move anywhere else. Kind of stuck. Okay, he's playing knight here. I think I know exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move my bishop out of the way because literally it's trapped, and I've only got one open file. And I'm gonna take my queen, and you're gonna be shocked by this. I'm gonna move it right here and offer a queen trade because my opponent's trying to mate me. So I'm being mated here. There's a clear attack. All I've got that I played d5 for is the open d file. So there you go. That's it. That's all I've got for you. Hope that works, because that's the only thing I got in the tank. Okay. Rook's got to move. We'll retreat, but I think we'll make a move that still allows us to double. That makes sense. All right. G4. Can't move any pieces into the middle, which is kind of annoying. I think I'm gonna go with my RPMs here. Need a bit of space, and this bishop primarily doesn't have anywhere to move. So because it sucks here, I'm definitely thinking about putting it on that square. So let's just finish off these pawn moves. Yeah, f5. It's such a powerful move, really. Like, I can see this move working. It could still work. Remember, d5 doesn't just win the game for you, but it's better than not playing d5. Can you imagine I had the same position and the pawns were there? I'd probably have like 4 pieces stuck in this like little box here, unable to move them. That does not look like a position I want to be in. Takes. Again, there's like no future for this bishop there, so I'm gonna try to put the bishop here. We'll see. A tough position. He moves the king up. Just going to continue with my plan. I don't even have a threat here. I have to move my knight to make a threat. So probably the knight's, I guess, going to move to e7. Here, I have a trade to make. And yeah, I guess the knight is the one that's going to move next. Move this thing. Bishop h5. Yeah, this looks like it could be a problem. Well, I guess we'll just finish off the plan we started, which was to capture the pawn in the center. But this looks quite suspicious, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's some issues here. A scary attack. Very. Would have been much worse if we didn't have an open file. That's the only good thing I can say. But as I mentioned, it doesn't guarantee you a win. It's still dangerous without the queens on. I think he's played it pretty well. But he's just not finding that knockout. Okay, there's a trade, so we'll just do that. Rook takes. Yeah, again, we are trying to facilitate the trades here. So, I mean, yeah, this knight definitely needs to move again. Yeah, trade for this knight, maybe. But I've never seen more. I mean, Queen's Gambit is always going to be popular. It's an eternally popular opening at every rating level. Like, it's just good. King's Gambit, I can't believe how much we're seeing. Okay. Rook here. Damn. Damn. It's making a pretty big threat, so we will defend and be hopeful. Okay, this is kind of stuck defending. I guess we'll go with our RPM, especially random pawn move in the center. It's the best pawn to be moving. Best pawn to be moving. Now, we can't take it one step further because of the bishop. So maybe we can support that. Can we support this pawn some more? Okay, sure thing. Sure thing. 1700 like that. It seems like the King's Gambit is a real important one to know at 1600. I didn't realize. I didn't know that the 1600s had it like that. GG's. That's 1701.